A number of years ago, I was called up by the organization that does the Lag B'Omer parade, and they asked me, could you please speak? We're going to have a Lag B'Omer parade in the yard of Montauk Junior High School, and we're going to have a few thousand kinderlich over there. Would it be okay if you give them a Dvar Torah and speak about Lag B'Omer? Shabbos, before Lag B'Omer, a group of people came over to me. They came from the street, and they came into the shul by Muslim. They called me to the door, and they asked me, we see that you consented. They hung up posters that you're going to be speaking for this Lag B'Omer parade, and we suggest that you don't take this job and don't speak. I said, listen, I daven over here in Amunas Yisrael. The Mashgiach, Rav Wolfson, soll sein gesund und stark. We're at the end of Musaf right now. Why don't you wait till the end? And we'll go over and ask a Shaila. Well, it's Das Torah, was sagt. After davening, I went over to the Mashgiach, soll sein gesund und stark, and I asked him, what does the Mashgiach think I should do? People came to tell me I shouldn't be part of this. I don't understand why, what. I asked them to come to speak to you afterwards, and they refused. He said, what could be better than being mechazik Yiddish kinder? Is the best thing. Of course you should go and al yevosh min amaligim. Don't be embarrassed. Just do what you have to do and go and with hatzlacha. Well, sure enough, Lag B'Omer, the Rabbeinu Shalom brought out Hoitzi Chama min Artika. It was a beautiful, gorgeous day, stunning blue sky, and the whole Montauk High School yard was filled with chairs, and there wasn't an empty seat. Kenai Nahara, thousands of kids gathered. It was a Kiddush Kavod Shemayim that I haven't seen in a long time, and Mamash brought me to tears. A few people stopped me, and they told me that you're mixing into wrong parties. I said, I don't know if I'm wrong parties. I know one thing. I'm a member of Klal Yisrael, and that's the way I wanted to be. Vizehu. But it was uncomfortable. Of course, some people were giving me a little rough time. But time went on, and everything was forgotten. It came to the point, Baruch Hashem, I married a few children, and now I had a daughter that was ready for marriage. Shidduchim were coming in, she was a wonderful girl, and it came one point in Chodesh Elul that I had like a list of 20 wonderful bachrim to choose from. And I was sure, okay, here it goes, there's no problem here. Kanai Nahara, a girl with so many shidduchim, I just have to be selective which one. But to my disappointment, in a few days, everything dissipated, and I was left with nothing. Now I had no shidduchim at all, and this is the crucial time. This is Bein Azmanim, this is before Sukkot, when the Bachram are here from Eretz Yisrael. Anyway, it was Erev Rosh Hashanah. Erev Rosh Hashanah, I knew I have to go. I go every year to my parents. I had to go to Beth Moses cemetery. And I went. My son wanted to come along with me. It was after Slichas. We fasted half a day on Erev Rosh Hashanah. And my son tells me, he says, Tati, if we're passing by on the belt, don't you pass by the oil of the Lubavitcher Rebbe? So I said, you know what? It's there at Rosh Hashanah. Why not? We just came from the Baba. Let's go. I came in. I wrote a kvittel, and I just was mechaven. I said, Rabbeinu Shalom, in the schus that I followed, and I did what I was supposed to do, and I know this was the Ratzon of the Lubavitcher Rebbe. I ask Rabbeinu Shalom, please, b'schusoi, I should be helped that my daughter should find the shidduch b'karev u'b'kalas. And I took the kittel, I ripped it up, and I had in mind, and I said also, the Rebbe weist, as ich hab gehat redifes for them, that I was a nerd for this by some people, and I'm a very neutral person. I don't like to get involved in anything, but I did it anyway because I know that this is the right thing, and I hope this chus will be meritful that my daughter can have a shidduch b'karev or b'kalas. A few hours later, about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I got a phone call. Who's on the phone? Rabosha. Rabosha, I got your phone call before. I didn't call you because I'm going to come back tonight. I'm going to see you later on by Mincha. So I'll see you then. I'll speak to you. I figured, what's the problem? He said, no, I got to speak to you right now. I said, what's the emergency? He says, I'm not going to say it's an emergency, but I want to read you a shidduch for your daughter. So I said, that's what you have to call me? Erev Rosh Hashanah, you have nothing else but that? And he tells me, I feel there's something pressing me that I got to get this off my chest now before I see you. And I'm asking you, you know the people. The father of the boy's name is Shmuel Horowitz, and the Bacher, his name is Yitzchak Meir. And I said, you know what, I'll think about it. He said, yeah, but get back to me. Ma Osa Kodesh Baruch Hu, Ser Shemei Tshuva, and I was invited to a bris, and Shmuel Horowitz, the father of this boy, was also invited to the same bris. And we sat down next to each other. And he smiles to me, and I say, I understand why you're smiling. They read us a shidduch Erev Rosh Hashanah, and let me ask you, what do you think? Sapasant l'cha shidduch or not? So he smiles, he says, my daughter was in Eretz Yisrael together with your daughter, and she feels it's very, very zugepasst, very fit. So I said, you know what? If that's the case, let's go on with it. I met him, they met here. On the first day, Chol Hamoed, Sukkos, we had the Vart, the L'chaim. My daughter became a Kala. And I told the Mishgiach, Rav Olson, what happened. So he said, the Rebbe bleibt nicht schuldig. You did for something that the Rebbe always wanted to have, the Lag Ba'omer parade, to be Makar of Yidden. You did. Is nicht geblieben schuldig. And Baruch Hashem, I was paid back.
יהדות TV, טבעי לדעת.